From a place of burning passion to just plain old arrogance, some entrepreneurs find themselves in the bad books of the sharks. So in this video, we're going to bring back a couple of them who really pissed off the sharks. Too many cooks spoil the broth, right? Well, let's see what happens when a road 800-meter world record holder, an Olympic marathon runner, and an engineer team up.
Hey Sharks, my name is Shaquille Walker. I'm Jared Ward, 2016 Olympic marathon runner for Team USA.
And I'm Jonathan Perry, and I'm an engineer.
Cheerful trio quickly introduce a product from their company, Myostorm. They're confident they solved your back problems, the kinks in your neck, or basically any kind of sore spot you have.
As a professional athlete, I experience pain every day. I blew thousands of dollars on recovery equipment, but nothing produced the results I needed.
Jono explains that Meteor is a patent-pending, FDA-compliant medical massage device utilizing cutting-edge technology in vibration and heat therapy. Now that technology is targeted at reducing pain and speeding up muscle recovery. His partners, Jared and Shaquille, chip in as well. They tell the Sharks that Meteor is versatile and easy to use. It can be used like a traditional roller, lying down or sitting in a chair, or just holding it and applying pressure wherever it's sore. The only difference here is that Meteor combines the benefits of heat and vibration. Jono takes the wheel again and confirms that Meteor was designed to help anyone, not just athletes.
So Sharks, whether you just finished running 26.2 miles or recovering from an injury,
Or just slept weird,
the Meteor can benefit you.
First question out of the Sharks. Samples. The Sharks couldn't wait to see the product talk for itself, so they roll them out. And the Sharks were no doubt impressed. Cuban gets up and begins to really get into it.
So one of the things you'll notice what's nice about rolling with this is the vibration is designed to help mask a little bit of the pain. So it's actually more comfortable than just using a traditional roller.
Jono would tell him that they had a Kickstarter background. They ran a small production of around 1,000 units to satisfy the Kickstarter backers. They would test out the product and also give feedback on the ways it could be improved.
So our goal was 20,000, we did about 70,000.
So Mark Cuban steps in again. This time he wants to know production costs and what it sold for. Jono confirms that they tested it at a range between $130 and $175. The Sharks aren't too pleased to learn that it's going for $160 per unit. Not because they don't think it's worth it, but they believe that the product could sell better at a lower price.
Here's one thing that I would gather for sure. If it was under $100, you'd do better.
The entrepreneurs defend their price point, reminding the Sharks that there are inferior products that go as high as $600, saturating the market. They believe that the Meteor Ball will catch on when more people realize that it's a superior product at a more affordable price range. Mark Cuban disagrees. He believes the people that would get behind that product would be the ones that can perceive its value. He advises that the price can be lower, but not as low as Lori was suggesting. Mark's the first one to bite. He loves this product and clearly wants it all to himself. He goes in guns a-blazing, but there's no time to think of a tactic. He offers them $250,000 more than what they asked for, in exchange for 20% of the company, which of course is 10% more than what they wanted to give up.
So that gives you the capital you need. Obviously, I can help you get it out there, but if you want to hear all the options, I don't want to waste my time.
As tempting as Mark's offer is, with all his expertise and connections, the entrepreneurs were curious to hear the other ones out. With that, Mark was out. You could tell he was salty about their decision too. Kevin O'Leary makes his offer. He tells him $150,000 for 5% equity. The only catch was he wanted $1 on every Meteor Ball sold, until he got $500,000 back.
That's a good deal for you guys.
Lori comes in and offers the same deal as Kevin. Interestingly, they chose to go with Griner, leaving the other male Sharks particularly salty.
Lori, you've got a deal.
What happened?
Now, whatever happened to Myostorm and its shiny new Meteor Balls? Turns out Myostorm defied the odds and moved on to bigger things. Remember some Sharks expressing reservations about Meteor Ball's retail price? Myostorm's founders went against all suggestions and maintained their relatively high price, believing in its value. Consequently, the original product, which was initially funded through Kickstarter and later showcased on Shark Tank, propelled the company's growth, from staff expansion to monthly profits of approximately $150,000. Now you can imagine that this success only prompted the team to innovate further. A quick visit to their site would show you the availability of the new enhanced Meteor Ball 2.0, along with a range of accessories and equipment bundles. These offerings have greatly contributed to the company's continued expansion. Presently, Myostorm boasts an annual revenue of $2 million and counting. You can find their products outside of their website through giants like Walmart and Amazon. Now, Myostorm might have pissed off all but one of the Sharks. This next company made sure to hit each and every one of them.
Hey there, Sharks. My name's Mike Bashawati.
And I'm Jeremy Quilico.
Right off the bat, these entrepreneurs paint the perfect picture to appeal to the sharks. They seem to have developed the perfect product to solve your problem of a hunger strike when out on the lake. At times when you need a hot, juicy, fresh cheeseburger to fulfill a craving or just to keep the party going, these entrepreneurs are telling us that we don't need to get out of that water to grill that meat.
And wouldn't it be crazy if you could grill up some food without ever having to leave the water? Introducing the world's first floating
Yep, just like the name suggests, Float and Grill is a grill that floats on water. Jeremy explains that Float and Grill is lightweight and easy to use. It also has a ton of features to help you cook or grill whatever you want without having to get back on land. The Sharks seem to find this product hilarious. However, they're impressed to learn that the two passionate entrepreneurs had patented the design. Mikey then says that this Float and Grill comes with a unique weight displacement, which ensures that it will never flip over in the water.
Be the envy of your friends with this innovative product and be the talk of the lake.
Who's ready to get in on the action while the grill's still hot?
Still grinning from the energy of their pitch, Cuban confirms that he recognizes them from a viral Instagram post a while ago. Jeremy confirms that they were the guys in that viral marketing post. The Sharks were impressed to learn that the post attracted 4.7 million people in 72 hours. Lori Greiner is done with the who and when, as she clearly wants to get down to business. She asks him how they came up with such a business idea, and Mikey takes the wheel on this one. He narrates how he bought a 16-foot jet boat and started getting acclimated with sandbar life. He loved the lifestyle but hated the idea of being out there for 6 to 8 hours and having to eat a cold, soggy meal. Mikey then goes over the product to demonstrate. He explains the product works with a 1-pound propane tank as well as a remote mounting hose. The Sharks also learn that the base of the grill doesn't have to be blown up. It's rather a solid HDPE food-grade plastic, and to crown it all up, the grill's impressively huge and has a 1200 BTU burner. Fitting 8 burgers at once on the grill, nothing sounded better than that. Mark Cuban jumps in. He appears more interested in the sales and the overall number of the business. Jeremy explains that the grill currently retails for $229 at a cost price of $126. The Sharks all agree that it's pretty much expensive on all fronts. However, Jeremy counters that and explains that the company offers free shipping for its customers. Things still look pretty good for the entrepreneurs until Mark asks the make-or-break question: what is your total sales? Things immediately come crashing down when Jeremy says that their total gross for that year was $19,400.
So our total gross sales for this year are $19,400.
Now, while the Sharks were all complaining, Cuban was over in one corner laughing. O'Leary kept the condescending jokes coming, and even more interestingly, Jeremy wasn't having it either. For every criticism thrown at his business, he had 2 more words for the Sharks that threw it. He insisted that they have a good product on their hands because their marketing campaign couldn't have gone viral for nothing. But of course, the Sharks remind them that with 4 million views, they could have had much more conversions.
There's more to the story.
We went viral back in 2018. We didn't have anything to sell at that time.
Mikey tries to defuse the situation and tip the scales back in their favor by informing the Sharks that they intend to launch grilling accessories as well. Kevin laughs at that fact that they have more bogus plans when they haven't tackled the issue of sales. After some back and forth, the Sharks officially pull out of the deal. But all hope was not lost. For some reason, guest shark Daniel Lebetsky saw some potential in this product, and he tells the entrepreneurs that he's friends with the guys from Weber Grills. Leveraging his close relationship with the Weber Grill team, Lebetsky proposes $200,000 for a 50% stake in the company. He's confident he can get a profitable licensing agreement for both parties. In response, Mikey presents a counteroffer to Daniel, requesting a $100,000 loan at a 7% interest rate. He also asks for an additional $100,000 in exchange for 20%, along with a $2 per unit royalty until the loan is repaid. Daniel maintains his original offer, but Mikey and Jeremy express their inability to part with more than 22.5%.
We believe in this product so much, I'm not opposed to a partial loan.
Daniel really wanted that deal, so he revised his proposal. This time he told him $100,000 for 22.5% and a $100,000 loan at 7% interest and a 50% licensing agreement. Now, this was an offer that Mikey and Jeremy accepted.
You got a deal.
After all this back and forth, it was hard to imagine that these two walked out of there with a deal. So how did that turn out? A quick look into this and we can see the company managed to secure a partnership with a major grilling company. This gave them their increased sales. Float and Grill and its owners even made appearances on various shows, including The Today Show and The Guy Gordon Show. However, despite the initial success, it would seem that Float and Grill's fate took a downturn. Their company website does not pop up anymore, and their social media has completely vanished. Considering that their product's no longer available on Amazon, it's safe to say that Float and Grill is out of business. It goes without saying that the Sharks had a swell time putting Jeremy on the spot. So let's see how this entrepreneur earned himself a record for being annoying.
I'm calling every single one of you out. Hello, Sharks. My name is Cash Shake. I'm the founder of Besomebody, and we're seeking $1 million for 10% of our company.
This very enthusiastic entrepreneur is Cash Shake. He introduces himself as the founder of Besomebody and informs the Sharks that he's looking for $1 million for 10% equity. He describes his platform as the world's first experienced marketplace with a vision to pioneer experiential learning. On Besomebody, you can learn anything that you're passionate about. All you have to do is book experiences with talented people around you.
You book them online, then you meet up in person for a hands-on learning experience.
Robert Herjavec was beyond thrilled to see the display from Ninja Warrior Travis Brewer. And just when the Sharks thought they'd seen it all, Cash rolls out a group of dancers to thrill Barbara and Lori. For Mark Cuban, Cash came prepared with two-time World Cup champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist, Christine Lilly.
Hello, Sharks. I'm here today as a Besomebody passionary and someone who truly loves this company and everything it stands for.
Cash explains that he's always had a vision for uniting people and unlocking their potential. He came up with the idea for the startup while working for Procter & Gamble earlier in 2009. While he had found success working in top-tier positions at companies like GoPro, the entrepreneur still had big dreams of impacting the lives of others, so he launched a blog using the name Besomebody. When it began to gain traction, he left his job at GoPro in 2012 and started his business. Cash was convinced that he could break through the standard social media mold to become a platform for growth and community. As such, he didn't mind cashing in his 401k and leaving behind his lucrative 75% share of GoPro stock in the process. While this was arguably inspiring, you could just tell that some of the Sharks weren't having it already.
As soon as you start to focus your mind and your heart and your spirit and your soul on your passions, the universe starts to open up doors and unlock windows you never thought possible.
Still clueless as to what the business model is all about, Robert asks Cash to give more details about his end product. Cash begins explaining how users can develop their profiles to help them find and book instructors. He also confirms that the company takes 20% of every experience booked on the app, averaging out to around $40 per booking. Kevin O'Leary is far from impressed, so he asks how fast the business can be scaled up. Cash explains that he plans to scale that business through positive word of mouth from their 5 million monthly users. He also believes that finding strategic partners along the way would help the platform greatly. Daymond John seems more concerned about possible lawsuits. He's asking what liability plans are in place should a user be harmed during a session. Unfortunately, Cash admits that he hasn't gotten that far down the road yet, and now you can see the Sharks beginning to lose interest. From this point, the Sharks keep digging in, and before Cash can come up with a suitable answer, an even tougher question is thrown at him.
Right.
How do you protect yourself against lawsuits like that?
Right now, we haven't had that problem. We know we're going to have to figure that out as we scale.
What would be the answer if you had that problem?
I think that's the reason we're raising capital, because we need
so
some...
we could lose it in a lawsuit?
Sadly, it got worse. The Sharks get really frustrated when Cash fails to answer the barrage of questions clearly. Cash tries to drive home his point that he believes in what he's doing and what the business stands for. But what he fails to realize is that the Sharks, particularly Cuban, have an issue with him selling his passion more than the actual model of the business.
But I think, guys, what's the most important part about this is people believe in what we stand for. I used to carry this around back in 2011, myself,
Cash,
when I was going around the world to try to inspire
Cash,
people.
You're killing us.
The entire pitch was a disaster, so it was only a matter of time before the Sharks pulled out, Mark being the first one, followed by Barbara and then the others.
You know what's going to screw you up, Cash? The fact that you're believing your own nonsense.
They're
Just
real
being
numbers.
somebody doesn't get done, bro.
Cash, I'm calling you out. In 8 years of history, you're one of the first people to ever have 6 shots at this, okay?
Right.
You struck out on every one. 0. See you, buddy.
Go be somebody, bro.
Brutal might just be an understatement, but you get the idea. So, did Cash prove the Sharks wrong? Be Somebody might have not resonated with the Sharks, but it did with countless others. The Shark Tank effect gave Be Somebody an extra 100,000 new subscribers just the night of the episode's airing. The momentum was steady for a while, but sadly, the buzz didn't last forever. Cash had to shut down the app by 2017. He cited a lack of demand as the reason behind the move. Cash carried on though, even without the app. Be Somebody pivoted its business to focus on developing skills to ensure job placements for those who needed them. In some ways, the Sharks were accurate in predicting Be Somebody's success. However, the company's initial strategy with its communal app failed to work out in the long run. What they were wrong about, though, was the relentless determination of its founder. All he needed to do was channel his passion into a better business model. So, while Be Somebody didn't live on as an app, the company and its founder have continued to thrive.